All right, got some dirt. Awesome.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Source ADV. I am Mark Jackson, your host. And next to me is the KTM 500 Do-It-All bike. This bike has seen races, this bike has seen single track, and it's finally time to do the adventure portion of this bike. And as you can see, the bike is pretty much set up as far as you can go for a 500 for adventure outside of doing some kind of rally tower or windshield. We've got a GPS, we've got a luggage system, we've got a rear rack, we've got a big fuel tank. This thing should be good for about 180 miles of range, and you can pretty much carry everything you need in that Moscow Moto Reckless 80. I'm out here in the beautiful northern Arizona desert on the Arizona Backcountry Discovery Route, or BDR. I'm taking this opportunity to do this section of the Arizona BDR because there's a race up in Page that I want to ride this thing at, which is where Grindingstone is, if anybody here is familiar with the US Hard Enduro series. We'll be doing some lines similar to Grindingstone, but not full Hard Enduro, but it still should be really fun. Basically, we're gonna get there, take everything off, turn it into a race bike, camp off the bike. I've got everything I need, food, tent, sleeping bag, everything's in that luggage system. You know, tear all that off, race the bike, and see how it does. The only thing, like I said, the only thing that I'm not 100% confident about on this bike is that rear moose, and specifically, it's a 6 to 8 PSI Nitro-Tech moose. Hopefully it's got all the lube it needs to not beat itself up and still make it through the race on Sunday. Also, just a reminder, please go check out raceprovisions.com. That's our new company. We make sports nutrition supplements for dirt bike and mountain bike riders, a pre-ride and a during ride product right now. And if you go check out the description below, we've got an exclusive discount for anybody who's a Source ADV viewer. Well, we've got about somewhere between 165 and, I don't know, 200 miles left today. It is honestly really cold out here right now. It's probably about 41 degrees, so that part's not too great, but it is still beautiful out here. Let's do it. Let's get some riding in.
Hopefully we can get to Page before 4 or 5 o'clock, because it's going to get cold again tonight. Luckily it's not 20s cold like it was in Flagstaff last night, but still low 30s. So let's do it. Thinking wheelie with the giant Moscow bag. Oh yeah, just fine. Sandy road, sandy road. Well, sweet, it says on the little map here that if I go that way, there's an overlook, which I think is actually part of the Grand Canyon. Let's see. Oh God, that is a lot of drop. Hold on a second here, guys. I'm gonna get myself situated so I don't lose my bike off the side of a cliff. This is the part where the YouTube man falls off cliff while filming. Let's not do that today. Holy God. Ah! Cool. So apparently that's the Little Colorado River, not the Grand Canyon, but maybe it is. I don't know how this canyon systems work. But what I do know is that I'm afraid of heights, and that is an insane drop. God. Oh, all right. Let's go back to going fast. Check out some of this wash. Woo. Oh yeah, this is still wet here. Not great news. I noticed about 5-10 miles ago that
when I give the bike full throttle, it kind of cut out a little bit. It's happened before on this thing, and it's almost always the fuel pump. Looks like we're about 15 miles or so from the main road. So at least if I can get to the main road, and I can limp this thing up the page, or you know, yeah, at least be by cars again, because I literally have not seen, I've seen one truck in 80 miles. And the last time what happened is it did this, where it kind of like was down on power for a little bit, and then eventually it just turned off. Hey man, did you guys leave yet?
No, I'm trying to leave like 5 or 6. How's your ride going? Have you left yet?
Yeah, dude, I'm already like 90 miles into it. I think my fuel pump is failing. I have my other tank, my 2.25 gallon tank. That's the one that I always use for single track riding, just sitting in my garage. And that one has the full assembly on it and everything. Do you guys think you might be able to grab that for me tomorrow or tonight?
Yeah.
Cool, I'll hit Emma up. Thanks, man. And I know that's not really, you know, it's not doing it on this exact bike, but at least I'll have a fuel pump that works. I just really hope it gets to Page. So, I really don't want to get stranded out here. There's literally nothing. Fingers crossed, y'all. Let's get to this road. All right, come on, baby. Come on. Oh God, yeah, there's nothing there. Oh, yeah. We got a road. Woo! Good girl. Weird. Whatever this is, I really hope it is the fuel pump, because otherwise I'm pretty stumped. It's good to be by a road. That part's awesome. Worst case, I can hitchhike or get a towed now. So we're not home free, but we're a lot better than we were 18 miles ago. So yeah, it turns out we're about 23 miles from Page on this road, and the bike really can't go above 47 miles an hour. Whew. It is cold, man. I thought this was funny. I was like, what kind of bush is that? Some kind of dog bed. Nailed it. Damn. She looks good, just doesn't run that good right now. So funny thing, the mooses are actually pretty perfectly balanced for road riding, which I would not have expected. So fun little factoid. Maybe I just got lucky and unlucky. So made it to the racetrack, or to the race location. Bike is definitely way down on power, anything above half throttle. All right, time to get camp set up. I'm ready for some rest, and had a few cocktails at the Grand Canyon Brewery. Made me feel a little bit better about the fuel pump issue, but check this out. So that's where they do Grindingstone, all through there. And you can see that sandstone stuff. Very cool. Good morning, everybody. Check this out. Oh, yeah. All right, so just took her for a little test ride. It definitely is a little bit better this morning, which I was expecting because it's cooler. I'm guessing that to me points to the fuel pump, because a lot of times the fuel pump will get worse as the bike gets hot. And maybe that's why it took so long for it to act up yesterday, because it was so cold out and it was in 4 gallons of cold gas. But now it's time for one of my favorite parts of camping. Breakfast out of a bag, coffee out of a bowl. What more could a man ask for? Yeah, so after some breakfast here, I'm gonna start tearing off all the adventure stuff from the bike. All right, taking this mirror off is super easy. Just make it a right angle, crank it down, give it a little spin. There we go. That's that. This thing just unscrews like that. I'll probably just leave this ball on here. Just try not to hit my face on it if I case something. And I'll bring you guys over here. So here's the wiring. It just uses a standard headlight tap for moto minded. So all you gotta do is unplug there and unplug there, and then this thing, there we go. There's our whole GPS powering system and mount system. All right, so taking out this rear rack should be pretty easy too. There's just 4 bolts right here, and then there's 2 bolts there and 2 bolts here, and this whole thing should come off. There we go. Rack off the bike. All right, I'll show you guys what that looks like. So now there's just that one little spar and that one little spar left that holds the rack on. I'm gonna leave this Moscow Moto heat shield on there. It's not doing anything bad. And just heard from my buddies, they're about 30 minutes out. Gonna go get this new tank installed on this pup and see if that's the issue. Time to give it a test drive. Thank you, Joe, for bringing my tank. Oh yeah, she's back. All right. Yeah, we got full power under full throttle and power map, so we're back in action. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was the tank or the fuel pump, so we're ready to race. Let's do this. Well, ready to watch hard enduro today and then go race tomorrow. So this behind me is one of the hard enduro lines, and it's hard to tell in these GoPros, but it is literally almost vertical. But we did notice that there's a little sneaky line that goes right there that you can kind of jog out. So it'll be interesting to see who tries to just go straight up this thing versus who rides this right side and then tries to go right there. Oh, should be some carnage. After a few minutes of looking at that cheater line, I decided to give it a go. It wasn't pretty and it certainly wasn't clean, but eventually I made it to the top of the hill. This is our local riding buddy, Brian Curlis, and he's about to let you know why they call it Grindingstone. Oh no! Oh, poor Sherco. Oh, I'm sorry, Brian. Is she gonna live? Hard enduro guys are never afraid of another round. Get redemption. Wow, I am super happy that I did not enter that hard enduro. If I'd done anything to the bike, like a lot of people did, I wouldn't have been able to race tomorrow, and that's the race that actually matters. That was crazy. Saw a lot of bikes scraping rock, which is one of the most painful sounds for a motorcycle owner, but apparently not for these guys. So, well, eat some food, get ready for racing tomorrow. All right, it's morning of the race, about 5:30. The race is at 9 a.m., so kind of have to get up right now to eat some breakfast, to have some food. It is still freezing. It's literally just a few degrees above freezing, so I think I'm gonna try to cook from the tent here. I will enjoy this bagged breakfast again. You know, there is something kind of nice about, you know, being this disorganized and crazy, just living in a little rat's nest of stuff, because it makes you remember just to like focus on having fun and enjoy riding the bike and get out of that like really intense routine and just kind of be like, well, just swing it and wing it and have fun on the bike, and that's the important part, right? That and seeing your breath in the morning. Sorry if I fogged you up there, guys.
Thank you. All right, here we go. That's my buddy Colin right there. Smoke Colin!
I'll be honest, going over the back of the bike like this in a race is just completely exhausting. Everything tightens up, your adrenaline spikes, and I basically spend the rest of the first lap just trying to kind of catch my breath and get my focus back. Everything's kind of thrown off kilter. I haven't gone over the back of the bike like that in years, and this page sand really is something else. It's so deep and it gets so much traction. It takes a little bit of time in the pits to kind of get some flow back and then get back on track. That's professional racer James Flynn. You saw him yesterday, skimming up the hill like it was nothing. He ended up doing 3 laps more than me, so it was really cool to kind of pace off him for a tiny bit, see his lines, and try to catch some flow back. So this guy right here, that's Cole Cherrick. He got 2nd overall. Also got 3 laps more than me. What a beast.
Good. That's rough out there, dude. Holy moly. Get a little water.
Looks rough.
Do you need anything else?
Nah. I can feel my shock reservoir burning my leg.
We'll figure out at the end of the video why I felt the shock reservoir.
Yeah. Wish me luck. What time is it?
It's 9:49.
9:49? Oh, AM. Right. For a desert race, it's a really nice temperature. Thanks, brother. Woo, doggy. Almost got you there, bro. You alright? This is a hard race. Fuck. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just gotta look at it for a second. Stay left.
Stay left, up the rock.
Go.
Straight down.
Go. Thanks, man. Yeah, that drop is pretty harsh.
Yeah, brother. Stay left. There you go.
Thanks, guys. That's perfect, dude. That's fine. She's gonna be fine. Easy there. Come on. So you trying to kill me? Jesus.
It's like us prostate.
How much do I pay you as pit guy? Come on.
You get what you pay for.
Yeah, exactly. Freebie. Love you guys. Wish me luck. Wheelie! Nailed it!
All right, race over. I think I got 4 laps of 9 miles. I biked it awesome, other than the fact that I kept my suspension too soft. I thought there was gonna be way more rock, and it turns out there's just miles upon miles of deep sand whoops, so I was getting a lot of sway as I was going through those, and this page sand is something else. I really want to come up here and spend a lot more time figuring out how to ride this. But yeah, overall, just a couple little downs that didn't really have any consequence, and I guess other than that loop out on the climb, that was stupid. But yeah, feeling good. Overall, huge success. You can totally do this. Would you want to? I don't know. You gotta be a particular type of person. It gives me a lot more respect for a guy like Lyndon Poskitt, who is like adventuring 2 races all the time. It's I don't know, I think once you get it dialed, maybe it's really fun, but it feels like it takes a lot of focus off the race, and I like to focus on the race a little bit more. But hey, still a great time. Yeah, so let's get the bike back in the garage and we'll do a little review and go through it and see if anything's broken, but I don't think so. I think it did great. Good day. Woo. So now the big question, what results did this thing deliver? Well, I got 4th and B30 again, which is kind of my go-to spot. Overall, that's pretty awesome. This thing did great. But do you guys remember when I said, hey, there's nothing wrong with leaving this heat shield on?
I'm gonna leave this Moscow Moto heat shield on.
Well, it turns out it tore my pants open, and that's why I could feel the shock reservoir. Thanks for watching Source ADV. Take care out there and enjoy the ride.